Okay. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon out there. Welcome to class for today. And yesterday, we started the fundamentals of design and we stopped at repetition actually. And so, if you are here today, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for following up. And shout out to my students. Say hi to everyone.
Hi.
All right. And so we're going to be going on this trip together. So this is where you'll find the last class that we had. It's on YouTube. This is the channel, and I'd like to introduce you to the channel Everything is Everything TV. So if you just check that on your YouTube, you can just like subscribe, like, and of course click the notification buttons for new tutorials. Okay, so without wasting time, let's quickly jump into the lesson of today. So today we'll be discussing patterns. I know that as Africans, we know about patterns very well. Isn't that right? All our Ankara,
Yeah.
our mostly Ankaras alone, they have all the patterns that you can think about, and they are even still generating new patterns till today.
True.
So the principle of pattern is the repetition of more than one design element. While repetition focuses on a single element being repeated, pattern refers to multiple elements repeated throughout a design. So, do you see the difference between this pattern and repetition?
Yeah.
They are kind of similar,
Yes, I know.
but this one uses just one element, while this one uses more than one element to repeat.
More than one element.
Mhm. So you get that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the next one is rhythm. Rhythm as a
Rhythm.
principle in design. Hope you're taking down your notes.
Yes, I am.
All right, very good. Thank you very much. Rhythm as a principle in design has more complexity than the previous principles of repetition and pattern. So we are going to jump into our Google and look for rhythm in design. I know when you thought about rhythm, I know you thought of music, didn't you? I'm sure that's what you thought.
Sure.
Because me too, I thought about it, but this one is not rhythm in music. This one is
Music.
rhythm in graphic design. So this one talks about more of the is more much. We are getting more complex now. We started from the simpler fundamental principles of design. Now we are getting to the more complex ones. So if you notice the rhythm, you can see it in this one. Aside from it having a pattern, it also has a kind of motion that you see, that you know that okay, this one will follow this one, will follow this one, will follow this one, will follow this one. You understand? They follow each other. They are following. They are going somewhere. Looks like they are going somewhere. They have that motion in it. See this one now. This is a very complex one. I said I don't want to jump to any. I just want to show you on. You can see that from it has like a starting point at the middle, and then it follows each other. You know what is going to happen. Just like when we do the Milo clap, and you know it's pa 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 pa, and then so you know that the pattern kind of follows each other. That's just the simple thing about rhythm. See this one in the circles, you just know that okay, the next thing that's going to come is another circle, another circle, circle, another circle, and follows each other like that. See this one, another square, another square, another square, another square, another square, and it just follows each other like that. But I said that it looks like he's moving, it looks like he's going somewhere. So pattern and rhythm, very, very similar. Pattern has more order, obviously, than rhythm. I see that rhythm is scattered, but still having that similarity of shape or having the similarity of color. Are we together?
Yes, we are.
Okay, great, 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 great. So, oh, look at your assignments that just show there. All right, so let's move on to the next thing. The next one we have is movement. And movement in the principle of design refers to the path the viewer's eyes takes through a composition. So I don't know if you've noticed, most of the time, if you see flyers, you'll notice that they like to put the logo here. From the logo, you move down to what the topic of the flyer is. Then you have your, like, maybe an element, a person, a picture, what you're trying to sell, to drive the point home. Then you move to, like, maybe an important, if you're doing like a discount or something, you can put it somewhere there, or you can put your information down under it like that. So the movement of the design talks about what the person should see, one thing after another thing, after another thing, after another thing, after another thing. You understand? Let's try to see if we can see any examples for that. Movement in graphic design. This Google, and sometimes I used to think they are watching what I'm doing because they just suggest the thing that you are finding. Okay, so movement, you can see this goes to this, goes to this, goes to this, goes to this. It's like an interruption in the movement. Had it been everything was joined together now, I would say maybe a pattern or rhythm, but something has come to distract it. Okay, see something like this one now. This one is, if I even drew the movement, looks like all those molecules that move around. Are you there? Hello?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, like this one now, looks like all these long corridors, like he's leading you to somewhere. You can see that you're moving inside like that. So that's movement in graphic design. See this one over here too. Oh yeah, those dominoes, that's also a very good form of movement. And those that if you watch it on like TikTok, like people do really crazy dominoes. They'll start from something really small, though I think that some of them are like AI, but like the domino effects are so nice. One small one will just start and then hit the next one, hit the next one, hit the next one, hit the next one. Before you know it, everything will just fall down. It's always so nice and it gets a lot of views, maybe because of the motion and the movement in the content. So all right, so the last one that we're going to treat is called neutrality. And this is one I said I added because, as a designer, it's important for you to, yes, master your craft, but at the same time, you must also be very professional. And even if you think, oh, okay, I'm not doing it for the pay, or I'm not doing it for, though I advise you to do it for the pay though. But if you say, okay, I just want to do like a charity work, there are some organizations you can volunteer as a designer. You can just use it to build skills, just so that it won't just lay dormant. Because the thing about graphic design is that if you practice it very well, as you practice, like you design every day, like me now, like there's no day I don't design, unless, like I say, I'm just by myself deciding not to design that day. But not like there are not designs on ground. There are always designs and there are always new things to even design self, because you are communicating. You understand? Graphic design is communication. You are communicating with people all the time. You communicate through your designs to people every time. You're always communicating. Yeah. So now, any company that you work for, you must always remember to greet and to always say "Sir" and "Ma" in the professional world. I know that you are there So you know very well what I'm talking about. But I'm just saying this for people that are coming newly, because this course is actually for like beginners. So for people that are just starting into graphic design, that just want to like know that, okay, is there a way in this field? Yes, there is. It's a very lucrative field. You can set your hours, you can set your time, you can decide the amount you want to do. And even if you don't even have customers, definitely through the course of this program, we are going to even learn how to generate like prompts that will give you projects you can work on, that even if when you now even have like a real customer, you can say, oh, I've worked on this before, or I've worked on that before. Okay, this is what I have done before. And it will be of standard, and it will be professional, because you will know how the different ways to present it to the client, and the clients will
Mhm.
appreciate your professionalism in it. Though as time goes on, you guys will now become friends, because usually by the time you work with somebody the first time, if they see that your job is good, they'll actually like bring more jobs
Fair.
for you. Yes, and they'll actually bring more jobs for you. So within that time that you are they are bringing more jobs for you, you guys will get, friendly and all. But always remember that, like how would I say it? Like always remember your place. Don't like overdo it. Like, oh, it's my friend. I know a client is a client. Get, you know who your friends are, and you know who
Yeah.
your clients are. So always remember to be as professional as possible. Then another thing that I noticed is that, like when you remember when we're going through the assignments, and I'll see something different and you'll be seeing something different. You remember?
Yeah.
Mhm. So that's how design is, in that everybody sees different things. You send like maybe three different logos for approval, and then you find out that the three different logos spoke differently to people on the board. You just see that one person will be telling you, is actually like this, and another person will be saying, no, 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 what I actually see is this, can't you see this one, and stuff like that. So um one thing I've come to recommend as a new designer is not to get attached to any design. Like just do it, let everything be fine and professional from your own point of view.
Mm.
But don't
Yeah.
don't get offended if the client tells you they don't like the design. Immediately they tell you they don't like it, you ask them, okay, what don't you like about it? Like not like that, but like you can ask them like, oh, have you seen something like a sample that you have that you would want me
Yeah.
to follow, so that I'll be closer to what you
What
actually.
you want.
Yes, exactly. So if you have like a sample, a picture on Google that you like, or a flyer that you saw that you like, or a magazine, anything, a book. Sometimes it could be something even abstract. Sometimes I can actually tell them to draw it, to like sketch it and draw it what they want. Like especially if it's a flyer that has a lot of information, you might have to actually sketch it out on like a paper first of all, and like order everything. Like, okay, the title should be here. Remember in our example of contrast, the title will be bigger, while the other text,
Subtitles.
titles and all, will be smaller, then even smaller than the title will be the major thing. Then other
Yeah.
information like the address, the time, the location will be smaller in comparison, you understand, to the major information, which is actually
Mm.
like theme of whatever it is that you're trying to get. So thank you very much for learning the foundations, the fundamentals of design. So your assignment is to get examples of patterns, rhythm, movements, and I think you are clear on the neutrality part. And of course, you go
Yeah.
to the YouTube channel and subscribe. I'll send you the link on WhatsApp, and so go and subscribe. Yeah. And that is the end of class for today. So tomorrow, I think I mentioned it that I'll not be available on Tuesdays, but because the show, that's Everything is Everything TV show, this one, when you get to the channel, you'll see it. The show is going to be filming on Tuesdays, so I won't actually be having classes on Tuesdays, but every other day, yes, we go. So thank you very much. Hello, are you with me? Have you gone? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?